Hey everybody, my name is Suzanne Corson and I am the group's resident here at Cornerstone, and I'm sitting here with Matt Pike. He volunteers on our worship team and we're going to hear a little bit about his testimony. What was your life like before you discovered Jesus?
Life was pretty normal. I lived a pretty ordinary life back home in Lynette, Alabama. I grew up playing ball there, grew up in the band, just kind of led a normal kid's life that you could really lead back there.
Mm-hmm. So how did you come to a relationship with Jesus?
Well, in 2004, I was invited to a Disciple Now event at a local church in Lynette. A good friend of mine invited me to go. It was a 3-day event over the course of a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and throughout that time there at that event, I really felt the pull in my heart to really devote my life to Christ, and made that decision then and there at the end of that event to really follow Him and give my heart to Him and turn my life over to Him.
Mm-hmm. Thinking back to those days, what was a challenge that had you battling your old self with your new self that led you to wanting to be baptized?
Really, it was probably just a maturity factor. Like I said, I led a really ordinary, normal life for a kid, and I think the biggest thing that really led me to making that decision was realizing that while my story may seem extremely ordinary and normal, God really kind of paved that way for me before I gave my life to Him. I had parents who were really there for me and made sure that I followed the right path and
Mm-hmm.
didn't make any bad life choices or anything like that. And I think really coming to that realization that I really had a good foundation beforehand really helped me move forward with that.
Mm-hmm. How's your life different today?
Today, I think I'm better equipped to possibly handle different things that life may throw at us.
Mm-hmm.
In 2011, I was 25 years old, 2 years out of college, and was hit with probably the biggest thing I could even think of being hit with, and that was the passing of my father.
Mm-hmm.
At 25 years old, there was a lot of, where do I go from here at that point? I had a good support system around me with my wife and her family, and of course my family, but sitting back and thinking about it, it was kind of like, this is really big for me. I mean, my parents have always been my rock, and going on life without one of them in the picture was just something that I had never really wrapped my head around. I think having that good foundation with my home life and then also relying on Christ to get through that time really allowed me to handle that situation the best I could. I could have taken a wrong turn, gone down a really bad path, or really changed my life for the worse, and I chose to put my hope in God and know that everything was going to be fine. I'll see my father again one day, and that really got me through probably the darkest time of my life.
Mm-hmm. For those who have not taken that step to have the relationship with Jesus, how could you encourage them? Any encouraging things you could tell them?
I guess really the biggest thing I would say is, God loves all of us. Jesus died for all of us. We can have joy and peace in our life. I think it's one of those things that to really take advantage of it, you've got to dive into it, for lack of a better term, I guess. You really have to just let go, trust God, know that what you're doing is for your good, and it's what He wants you to do.
So you took the dive last summer and chose to be baptized. How has that changed your life? Is there a significance behind it to you?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it was definitely the biggest thing was really cementing my commitment to Christ and choosing to follow Him. I'm a husband now, I'm a father now. I really wanted to take that step for my family as well. I want to lead my family in the right direction, and I think that was a huge step for me to really do that and take advantage of that situation.
So in just a few minutes, we are going to be able to witness those who have chosen to take that next step to be baptized. Thank you, Matt, for being here to share your testimony with us. So let's celebrate as a church family those who are being baptized.